everyone, and welcome back to the Real Positive Girl podcast. My name is Sabrina. Happy Friday to you all. I hope that you're having a fantastic day. Whether your day is just beginning, it's in the middle, or towards the end, I hope that you're having a good day. I hope that you're able to end anyone that works the traditional Monday through Friday work week. I hope that it's ending well. I hope that you have some fun things to look forward to this weekend, and I hope the weather is amazing wherever you are currently. And I just want to encourage you that if you are having a tough day, again, whether it's your day is just beginning and so like starting out with a bang and some trouble, it's more in the middle of the day or towards the end of the day, I want to encourage you to take the 5-minute reset. And if you're new here and you do not know what the 5-minute reset is, you just take at least 5 minutes to be by yourself, and take more time if you have more time, but usually you can just take 5 minutes to be by yourself, kind of just like reboot, restart, come back to baseline, just shake everything off that's driving you crazy, any problems or troubles that you're experiencing, kind of just let the burdens like fall off of your shoulders and off your back, and just take a quick break from all of that, or whatever is plaguing you, or whatever issues have arisen recently. Also, make a quick gratitude list of at least 4 things, and those things can be big things, small things, medium things. You can be really grateful for planning some upcoming trips. You can be grateful for that. You can be grateful for morning snuggles with your pup. You can be grateful for being able to go out to lunch and have a great time with friends and associates and whatever. Like, you can be grateful for anything. And that's the amazing thing. And that's the reason why I point it out every single time, because some people feel like they can only be grateful for really big things like a roof over your head, food in your mouth, money in your bank account. And while all of those are extremely important and things to be grateful for, you can kind of mix it up so that your gratitude list, or things that you can be grateful for, is like a never-ending list, because you can be grateful for all kinds of things. So I encourage you, make a list of at least 4 things that you're grateful for. In addition to that, if you have time, I would say put some brain power and some problem-solving skills into solving the problem that is causing you to have a really, really tough day, if you are able to, so that you're able to walk away feeling a little bit more relieved, a little bit more prepared, and maybe ready to face that problem or go into it the next day. In addition, before you leave the 5-minute reset time, it is very important that you're able to walk away feeling at least neutral, if not positive, about the rest of your day. And that's really important, because you do not want to be that person that's out there spreading your bad attitude, spreading your bad mood, onto someone else, causing them to have a bad day because they're just kind of soaking in, absorbing the feelings and emotions you're having. You're dragging them down by really like basically encouraging and telling everyone that everything sucks and everything's terrible because you're having a hard day. Don't be that person, okay? Do not try to put your bad mood on someone else because of the whole misery loves company thing. I encourage you to be able to walk away feeling at least neutral, if not positive, for the single reason that you are able to make a list of at least 4 things that you are grateful for. So gratitude is one of the best ways to change your mindset really quick. So if you are having a hard day, make that list, reflect back on those things, and realize that despite what you're going through, you still have amazing things going on in your life. And I'm not here to diminish your feelings at all whatsoever. I'm just here to encourage you to kind of look beyond the problems that are in your face right now. Take a step back, evaluate the whole situation, and realize that tomorrow can be a better day, and you can still, feel okay about the day and get through it and be grateful for it, and know that this trouble will not last forever. But you know that I always want you to be having an amazing day. So again, happy Friday. Just a reminder that this week we are talking about assertiveness, and today, Friday, we are going to close out the week on this topic by talking about what being assertive will do for you. And I am very excited about this, and I know that some people get confused as to why I wouldn't put like the super big topics at the end of the week, but it's because I like to round out the week with something for you to go into the weekend maybe pondering, maybe take some time to journal about it, maybe just like think on it for 5 minutes after you listen to the episode, because I would say that the quote unquote meat of the week for the topic that we're talking about, assertiveness, was yesterday's episode where I talked about how to become assertive. And I always know that if I do topics like that where I'm talking about how to do something, those are definitely going to be the most popular episodes. But I think that they're all very helpful because they all break down the topic in a different way, yada, yada, yada. I realize that I am just going on and on about that. But I just want to encourage you that this will be a really good one. It'll tell you the benefits of becoming more assertive. And I feel like that's just as important as what assertiveness is and how to become more assertive, and fits in really well to kind of round out the week. So let's go ahead and just jump right in. So now that we have spent the week talking about what makes someone assertive, comparing being assertive to being passive to being aggressive, and how to become more assertive, it leads me to talk about how becoming more assertive will benefit you a ton. If you didn't listen to the previous episodes this week, then I encourage you to go back and take a listen, as I shared a ton of great info on becoming more assertive and why it's super important to actively be trying to do that in your life. But right now, let's discuss the benefits of being assertive. So first off, being assertive will help you gain more self-confidence and higher self-esteem. And who doesn't want both of those things? I know that I do, even right now. You're out there holding your head up high and being more confident in what you're saying and expressing your true feelings. And when people can express themselves freely without fear of others and, being super hyper worried about what they're thinking and their opinions, the confidence just shoots to the moon. And it's amazing how just asserting yourself, kind of just like firmly standing in what you believe in, what you want to say, what you're going to do, the decisions that you're going to make in your life, you are just oozing that confidence and that self-esteem. So I would encourage you that if you are lacking, if you feel like you personally are lacking in self-esteem and self-confidence, become more assertive, and then you will reap those benefits of being more assertive. You see what I'm saying? You see how this is? It's all beneficial. In addition to becoming more confident and having higher self-esteem, you will also understand and recognize your feelings better. When you suppress your emotions and desires, you end up not knowing who you are anymore. And by actually acknowledging those feelings and letting them out for people to hear and receive, you become more comfortable with how you truly feel and being okay with letting those emotions out. And I talk about it a lot about, understanding who you are, your emotions, your feelings, how your brain works, those self-development skills, and just really understanding what's going on in how you're feeling. And a lot of times we will distance ourselves from that if we are very passive people. And then if you are very aggressive, you are taking those to the utmost extreme and thinking that those things are the most important above and beyond anyone else's feelings. So being assertive and understanding those feelings, but understanding how they affect others, but also what they mean to you and how you can use them, is like that happy medium there. And so, but also, recognizing what those things mean and not suppressing them, actually understanding that those are a major part of who you are, and it'll really tell a story of who you are and how you want to live your life and how you want to talk about what's important to you. So you know what I mean? So it's really important to not continue to suppress any feelings, to be okay with learning more about what those feelings mean to you, how they developed, and how you can continue to develop them and share them without feeling super awkward or anxious or worried about other people's opinions, and just being more comfortable just expressing them in general. So and you will also gain more respect from others, by being assertive. By being more secure in who you are and what you're saying, people will naturally trust you more, respect you more, and really understand who you are and what you're about. Because confidence comes from knowing what you want and figuring out what to do about it. So I think that most people want to have respect. They want to be respected. And you can't demand respect. I mean, you can in theory, and you might get it because people fear you. So that's where the respect is coming from. But honestly, I truly believe that most people would just naturally want to have respect given to them, because people actually truly respect who they are and what they're all about, and not just doing it in fear of the uncertainty of what that person may do to them or wreak havoc in their life. So by being more assertive, you will definitely gain respect. And even if people don't necessarily like you or like what you stand up for, they're still going to respect you because they understand that you're just being real, you're being honest, you're putting it all out there, you're not being shady in the least, and you're not being passive by like not sharing everything and being afraid to and standing in fear of what would happen if you did, and you're not being overly aggressive by trying to shove everything that you think and believe down people's throats. So you're going to get the respect that you deserve by just being honest and true to who you are and completely transparent. And naturally, your communication skills will improve also. By learning to become more assertive, you will be able to get your thoughts, feelings, and main points across more clearly. You will be direct, yet welcoming in your communication approach and be able to share your thoughts without becoming too concerned about what other people think or feel about your views and opinions. And that's just it. And that one's pretty easy to understand. Your communications will definitely get so much better because assertive people don't want to waste time. They also just want to make sure that the people get their point across, but also you will learn to listen more than you speak. And by listening more, you're actually actively engaging with the person saying. You're showing them that you want to know what they're saying, you are interested in it, you want to be able to understand and be able to give feedback when asked for it. And so all of those things in the realm of communication skills are super important. So being more assertive will definitely boost those, and who doesn't want that also, right? And not only your communication skills, but your decision-making skills too. You will be able to make decisions based on what you think is best for you, but also everyone else, if that is applicable and other people are within the mix. Decisions will also be based less on emotions and come more from a neutral place. You will be able to spot the happy medium and balance of serving yourself and others at the same time. So you know how decision-making skills can definitely be beneficial. And if you're one of those people that is more passive and you fear making decisions because you don't know if you're going to make the right one, you don't know what the repercussions are going to be if you don't make the right one, and you fear taking the risk of just jumping in, or even if you do take the time to do all the research and figure out what the best thing could be, but you're still afraid, you don't want to take a step in that direction, down that journey, down that road. But by being more assertive, because you're in tune with what your beliefs are, you stand firm in those things, you're more confident, you have a higher self-esteem, you're willing to take some more risks and then understand that you may fall down, you may make mistakes, you may go down the wrong way, but it's okay because it's a learning opportunity, which is amazing. Everything in life is a learning opportunity. I talk about that all the time, and I don't want you to forget it, which is why I bring it up all the time. But understand that by being more assertive, you're confident that you were able to come away from that problem or backtrack or whatever you need to do to right the quote unquote wrong that you may have done by making the wrong choice, but you're still able to make the decision, which is better than being in fear and never making any decisions, or forcing decisions or forcing things to happen because those are the decisions you want. No matter what, you want to have the outcome that you want, which is too aggressive. You need to be able to have that balance and that neutrality in your thought process of making those decisions, but also when it comes to other people being in the mix, you don't want to count them out. You don't want to disrespect them. You want to add them in and figure out what would work best for them, how they can be included, and everyone can kind of be fair about it. Not everyone's going to get their way, of course, but be as fair as possible. Lastly, by being more assertive, you will accomplish more. And that might sound silly or interesting, or you're like, I don't understand how that even relates. But when you are free with your thinking and no longer afraid to take action because of what someone else would say or think, you try more things and get more things done. And that's related back to what I was just talking about. You'll get more things done. You'll try more new things. You'll take more risks, and you will accomplish more by actually trying different ways to get things done or to learn things and go after opportunities and step into things, because you're actually doing something. You're not living in fear, and you're also not over here being super aggressive and trying to force things to happen the way that you want them to happen. You're just like, okay, I'm going to try this, and it doesn't work. I am strong enough in my mind and grounded enough in who I am that I'll be able to fix it and then go a different way. And so with that, there are so many more other benefits to being assertive. But these are the important few that I really wanted to highlight to you today, because I found that it was super important to understand the benefits of being assertive, because we can talk all day long about how to be assertive, what it means to be assertive, like how being assertive is definitely better than being passive or aggressive, but talking about actual benefits that you can see every single day is a totally another thing, and a better way for you maybe to convince yourself to work on the skill of being more assertive in your everyday life, not just at work, within everything across the whole board. So that's why I wanted to bring those to you today, and I thought it'd be a great thing for you to kind of like mull over as the weekend approaches, and for you to kind of figure out what you want to do if that is something that you feel you need to work on. So thank you so much for listening to the Real Positive Girl podcast. My name is Sabrina. I hope that you really enjoyed this episode. And if you did and you know someone else that would really enjoy it too, I encourage you to share it with them. Again, happy Friday. Thank you so much for listening. Please check the description box for notes for the show. Also, come visit me over on Instagram. I am at Sabrina Joy Perozzo, or you can visit my website, which is sabrinajoy.com. And lastly, if you check the description box, you'll see my email down there for any questions, comments, concerns, or prayer requests you may have. Please, I love to respond and talk to people all day long, so I am always there. Instagram, email, or my website also has links to all those things as well. But again, happy Friday. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a great, amazing weekend. Have fun, stay safe. But again, have fun, feel accomplished, and also, go into some self-care, take some rest, whatever you need to do, do it. And I hope you come back next week for whatever topic I talk about next week. But until then, have a great one, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.